By now, I'm sure many of you have heard of the film, The American Society of Magical Negroes, for which many people are quite upset because the movie's got a racist premise that white people are dangerous. In the trailer going viral, one of the main characters tells the other main character that white people are the most dangerous animal and their job is to keep white people happy. Otherwise, it gets bad for them. But here's what I absolutely love. Everybody hates the movie already. I have an article from The Root. The Root is a website targeting the black community, for which they are also very upset about the movie because guess what? Well, they're partly mad because they actually wanted the film to be about black and white racial dynamics, but instead it mocks white people, actually has the black characters subservient to them, and their magic is dependent upon them. But in reality, the movie itself is just a buddy cop rom-com. It's about a black guy who wants to date a white woman, and if he does, he loses his magic powers. Yo! So, of course, naturally, even lefties and black identitarians are not happy with what this movie is supposed to represent. It just does not work. Now, of course, you have the article from last week. We have Bounding into Comics. Upcoming, The American Society of Magical Negroes movie shamelessly describes white people as the most dangerous animal on the planet. The Root writes, The American Society of Magical Negroes got people feeling all kind of ways. The forthcoming film was met with initial excitement and intrigue, or at least that was the case until after the trailer hit the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the perfect example of get woke, go broke. Nobody wants to watch a movie that is this overtly racist. The idea being that the black characters, it's supposed to be a critique of society, that they must serve the white characters, but instead, all you did was make a racist movie that nobody wants to watch, and everyone is enjoying ragging on. How fun is this? Well, let's read their interpretation, but before we get started, my friends, this is it. Our last stand. Today's the last day. Go to thebestsongever.com, click the link in the description below, and download Together Again, our new song for 69 cents. For only 69 cents, you can help us stick it to the machine and build a parallel economy. This is what we do. We're doing a lot of things. We do music, we got skateboarding and action sports, and this is one of the things that we're capable of doing. Our music videos are of the utmost quality. The songs are good. Maybe not your preferred style, but the production quality is all there. And now we're just going to start building that machine because we're going to push back on the woke garbage culture that these machines have been putting forth. But I tell you this, my friends, we got word. Of course, they're not properly tracking our numbers except for our sales. So the streams that are going up all over the place. Oh, whoops. Oh, geez, I can't believe that happened again. They're playing dirty games because this is the one way that they can't keep us out. If everyone who watches this video right now clicks the link in the description below and buys the song, we smash the Billboard charts into the Hot 100. And then the Daily Wire crew, Michael Knowles, Jeremy Boring, as well as the Timcast crew, me and Carter Banks, get to give a big middle finger to the industry and say, you can't keep us out forever. So with your support, we can make it all possible. So please go to thebestsongever.com. Today is the last day. It's all riding on today. They're not tracking our streams properly. So we have to drive sales to the best of our abilities. But check out the song. Hopefully you like it. It's only 69 cents. And you get a 35% off coupon for castbrew.com that works on subscriptions forever. But you can only if you make a purchase on Castbrew within the next week or so. But let's read the story from The Root. They write, last week, the trailer for the upcoming film, I've said the name too many times, was released, and many black and white folks were confused about whom the film's audience is supposed to be. Many thought the American Society of Magical Negroes was going to give a glimpse of black folks doing magic tricks and teleporting, like Harry Potter. What folks saw instead was seemingly a snippet of satire and a taste of well-known literary and film trope that unfortunately didn't translate well to viewers online. For context, the Kobe Libby-directed film centers around a young man who is recruited into a secret society of magical black Negroes who dedicate their lives to a cause of utmost importance, making white people's lives easier so that black people will live safer. What a pathetic, psychotic, and disgusting premise. If that sounds a bit off, it's because the movie leans heavily into magical Negro story trope, which is defined as a black character whose sole purpose in any story plot is to help white people achieve their fullest potential. And while the film on its surface seems to go in that direction, The disconnect for folks online seemed to be hinged around the interracial romantic element present. Some felt it alludes to the fact that the protagonist may not be bucking against the system solely because of any internal or communal loyalty or desire, but instead just to get the white passing girl, which doesn't do well to subvert the trope in and of itself. So basically, here's the movie. They say, join us and you'll have magic powers, but you got to help white people. That's your job. Who would take that offer? You can use magic, but only to help a white guy. Okay, I guess. If the magic does something for me when I'm off work, I don't know. What's the benefit? Perhaps the movie has it. What ends up happening is the main character falls for a coworker who is a white woman. Oh, she's a white woman. Come on. I mean, they call her white passing because I guess she's somewhat ambiguous, but she's white. And then they say, no, the white man wants her. You've got to set them up. Otherwise, we all lose our magic powers. And he decides he wants to be with the white woman instead of having magic powers. It is the cringiest cringe I have ever cringed upon. Here's a quote. Here I thought the American Society of Magical Negroes was going to be smart, satirical social commentary about the magical Negro trope and black-white power dynamics. But no, it's an interracial rom-com. Uh-huh. Yeah, and they don't like that interracial stuff. These woke people are really upset about it. Another added, just saw the trailer for the American Society of Magical Negroes, a movie about black people dedicated to making white people's lives easier. And the main character falls in lust with a white woman. Yo, they are so insanely racist. I love it. I just love the exposing of this. The funniest thing in the world. These white liberals, these affluent white female liberals who are like, racism is bad. Let's make a bunch of movies about interracial couples. Me, I'm kind of like, whatever, I guess. But then you got white people all hot and bothered tweeting up like, how come every commercial has an interracial couple? And you got black people all hot and bothered being like, what's up with this interracial relationship? And me here being the product of one, I'm just like, what's y'all's problem? I love this. I love it when the white nationalists get mad at me and they call me global citizen. Oh, they don't like it. They don't like it. That's too bad. That's why I like America. Man, I think people need to understand this. Woke people, y'all are awful. I've been around the world. Ain't no good place for mixed race people around the world. You got to figure it out how to get by. Fortunately for me, I'm a bit ethnically ambiguous in that regard. And I've successfully passed as Middle Eastern, European, and Mexican. So perhaps not all that bad. I'm essentially a day walker. I can go to any place and look kind of like everybody enough to where they're not quite sure. So they leave me alone. I remember when I was in Egypt, and I was working with a vice producer, some white dude, and everyone else was with us is clearly Egyptian and Arabic. And he was like, Tim, you got to be careful because, when we're walking around and meeting people, it's very obvious there's two white dudes. And this is a white guy telling me that I look white. The Egyptian people are like, no, Tim looks Egyptian. He's good. And I'm like, hey, look at that. White guy thinks I'm white. Egyptians think I'm Egyptian. Let me just slide past y'all and not get into a fight. But look, man, racist's going to be racist, right? I keep seeing a lot of y'all need to read what the movie means. Y'all don't get satire. I think we get those things. That doesn't change the fact the American Society of Magical Negroes doesn't look great based on the information given to us, said one user. Even some obviously biased white folks got up in arms at the trailer, which really doesn't hold much weight. Wow. Am I reading Pigeon? Guys, The Root. Who wrote this? Bro. Chanel Janai doesn't hold much weight. She spelled weight W-A-I-T. So I'm like trying to read this. Even some obviously biased white folks, it's biased, B-I-A-S-E-D, which doesn't really hold much weight, W-E-I-G-H-T, considering so many of them lately seem determined to terrorize us in our own homes, especially in South Carolina. I just, look, man, I don't care about your race. If you're a stupid racist, I'm going to make fun of you, okay? I don't care if you're Asian, Latino, a man, a woman. Racists, I don't like, especially stupid ones. Another chimed in and said, and the woke insanity continues. It certainly does. The only insanity would be to completely write the film off, said many who defended the trailer and added more context to why the film is an important story to tell. Sure. It has a queer black lead, an Asian co-star, a supporting cast of legendary black actors, and was written and directed by a black person. This is just to weed out the uninformed and clickbaity takes I keep seeing. Okay, well, let me break it down for you. This is a movie made by racists for racists to make fun of people and to be racist. I mean, that's it. Look, I don't care what y'all want. I don't care what the white nationalists want. I don't care what the black nationalists want. I don't care what the root wants. I'll tell you what I want. I want a culture built around being like, yeah, we don't care about race. That's not what's important. What's important is the content of your character, not the color of your skin. Instead, what we get are these people who actually defy the dream of MLK Jr. himself. Well, it is what it is, and maybe people will not see it. I doubt it. No one's going to see Aquaman, so these movies are all failing. And I wonder why. I really do. But I'll leave it there. Next segment will be tonight at 8 p.m. over at youtube.com/TimcastIRL. Should be fun. Marianne Williamson will be joining us. Really excited for this. And before I go, head over to thebestsongever.com. It's the last time I will be able to ask you while it matters. If everybody who watched this decided to just spend that 69 cents one time, you get a huge discount, 35% off Cast Brew Coffee. Buy it for the holidays. But more importantly, you help us build that parallel economy. And what I'm hoping for with this is, one, simply put, we sell songs. The people who want to support our work, just do it. For those of you that might say, okay, fine, I'll support you this one time, we're hoping to smash our way into the industry and send a message to artists. The path to victory is not through the corporate industries, the gatekeepers, and the woke, get woke music garbage. The path to success can be on your own through independent platforms, and look at the work we're doing. We've released, I would say officially, under our label, this is our 5th song. We are still waiting to see if we hit the Billboard charts. I think the answer is going to be yes. The first 3 songs we put out have charted. Send that message to all the young people who are hoping to succeed in music. How many of your favorite bands never even charted one time? And we're 3 for 5 right now. I think it's fair to say 3 for 4. And it's only because the last song we put out, we did more of a silent release because we're going to start just putting out tons and tons of music. But those are the songs that we put out as singles. They've made it. I'm hoping that we can send a message to people that there is a way to be successful without going towards these woke industries in Hollywood. And we will build a parallel economy of music that can exist outside the corrupt system with your support. Thebestsongever.com. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all tonight.